back to my channel. We are doing Addie's 6-month update. Are you 6 months old? Even though she looks like an 18-month-old. Addie is just over 6 months old. She turned 6 months on Sunday, and she is huge. I don't think videos do it justice. She is pushing 20 pounds now. She's about 19 and a half pounds. She is just massive. She is very comfortably in 12-month clothing. Sometimes I can put her in like 9-month clothing. This is a 12-month romper, and sometimes I can even fit her in 18-month clothing. She is in size 4 diapers now. Absolutely huge. And I mean, look at these thighs. Like, I know where it's going, because look at that. Look at the chonk. She's just huge. We just started her on solids. Go ahead and click right here and I'll have a link to that, or check in the description if you guys want to watch that video. And she turned 6 months old on Mother's Day, so what better time to introduce her to solids, because I don't know what it is about like feeding babies solid food. It's just like, I don't know. It's always funny. She just pretty much loved it. Oh, you see yourself now, huh? You see yourself now. We fed her a few times since, mostly just the avocado still. I wanted to try bananas. Hopefully today sometime we can try bananas with her, because I think she'll like that. But she has been loving the food. And a couple days ago she was being a little fussy, which is very unlike her. She is so like this. I mean, just quiet, happy, content, 24/7. She like rarely cries. There's a video that I did a couple days ago that you guys saw where she was crying, and that just like doesn't happen. Everybody's like we don't even know what Addie's cry sounds like, because she just doesn't cry. Like, she just doesn't cry. So to hear her cry is like weird. Her thing is with the solids is she wants to eat it off of the spoon, and we are doing baby led weaning. We pretty much skip the baby food and go straight to just like solid food and kind of let them feed themselves. I've done that with most of my kids, and it's always pretty successful. The thing with her though is she loves to chew on the spoon. So what we have been doing is just giving her her own spoon and kind of like helping her put food on it, and she likes to feed herself that way. So obviously as she gets older, are you tired? She's just like chilling here, like so content. Obviously as she gets older, she'll learn to like bring the spoon to her, well, she already brings the spoon to her mouth, but she'll learn to like get another scoop and bring it to her mouth. But I put the avocado on the spoon the other day, and she was kind of just like gnawing on it, and she ran out. So I took the spoon from her to get her some more, and she was like, wah! And like screamed. And the second I give it back to her, she was like perfectly fine again. It was just went from scream bloody murder to like, oh my god, this is like the best thing in my entire life. So she is loving the food, and I knew she would. I feel like she's kind of been ready for a while, but I always wait to introduce solids until they're 6 months old. Obviously if they're not ready, I won't push them at that point, but I always try solids when they turn 6 months old. But just because she's on solids does not mean that we are not nursing. She still is primarily nursing. Her main source of nutrition is still breast milk. She's still a great nurser. I have no complaints there either. She nurses very different from all of my other kids though. She does not comfort nurse. She will occasionally nurse to sleep, but as far as like, she doesn't fuss just to eat, I guess I should say. She eats pretty regularly. Like every 3 hours she'll have a good meal, and then she'll be content for another like 3 hours. And it stays that way pretty much through the night now too. There was a while there where she was sleeping through the night, but now she doesn't sleep like fully through the night. And I think honestly it's kind of me, like I get nervous obviously with her sleep apnea, letting her like sleep through the night. So she does sleep with us. Are you gonna hold my camera? She does sleep with us. We are co-sleeping, and I'm very happily co-sleeping. I told Chris last night, I was like, she's gonna stay in our bed until she's 10. Like, she's just never gonna leave our bed, because I just don't feel comfortable. I mean, I think rightfully I don't feel comfortable like with her sleeping. I've gotten a lot of questions recently about her monitor and if she's still on it, and yes, she is still on her monitor. She fell asleep. I guess it's nap time for her. Anyway, let me see if I know where I left off. She is still on the monitors. Anytime she goes to sleep, if I'm not sitting right next to her, she wears it. I know some people have noticed that I don't put it on her every single time she falls asleep, and that's because I'm literally constantly checking her breathing. 9 times out of 10, if it's during the day and it's not like during the nighttime, if she's sleeping, she's either on me or she's right next to me. So like right now, I literally just watch her sleep and I'm watching her breathe, and obviously if she stops breathing, then I wake her up. However, I have noticed that the monitor that we use almost never goes off anymore. That definitely makes me feel so much better with her and sleeping. The sleep apnea that she does have, she is supposed to grow out of, or typically babies grow out of that, and they say usually it's by 6 months old, and if not 6 months old, then it's by a year old. So I think once we get through through that first year, we should be in the clear of those pauses in her breathing happening anymore. However, that you don't just want to go off of like should, you know, like as a parent and having like pretty much lost a child and brought her back, obviously. With the sleep apnea, it's like, I can't imagine ever not having the monitor on her. It's just very nerve-wracking to think of. I know that that time is gonna come. I'm not sure when. The insurance company hasn't reached out to me yet, and I'm kind of glad that they haven't yet. I don't know if it's like a doctor that's gonna reach out to me, or the insurance company, or the company with the monitor. I'm not sure who's gonna reach out to me, but until someone reaches out to me, I'm keeping it. It definitely gives me peace of mind, especially at nighttime with her sleeping and her sleep apnea. She still has 0 teeth. I know Kyson had 2. Lilia, Caden had none. Landon, I wanna say he got them when he was 6 months old, but I could be mistaken. I think he got them just a little bit later than Kyson did. She still has no teeth. We do have the amber teething necklace with her. I know a lot of people have noticed that. I have a whole video on it. I will link that down below if you're interested, or I'll put it right here in the information. Go ahead, click there. But what it does is it helps, the succinic acid in the beads help with the teething pain. Essentially, that's pretty much all you have to know about it. I personally have had a great experience with it. Some people think it's some kind of like voodoo witch thing, and works. Like seriously, with my kids, could be coincidence, sure, but I honestly think that it works. And with her, there's been a couple times where she went a couple days not wearing it, and I like took it off of her for bath time or bedtime or whatever and just forgot to put it back on, and I noticed the difference because all of a sudden she'll be fussy, and like I said, she just doesn't fuss, she doesn't cry. I put it back on her, and within a day or so she's back to her normal self. Anyway, that's a whole different topic in itself, but yeah, she has no teeth. She is crawling. She just started crawling. She's been like mobile for a long time. She kind of just rolls, and pretty much like with her, she gets anywhere she wants in the room, whether she rolls or crawls or whatever at this point. But the day she turned 6 months old, if you guys watched that video, you saw she really started moving like from point A to point B. And it's not like typical like crawling like on your knees. However, now she's doing that. Like 3 days later, I'll try to get some footage. She's doing so much better with like on her knees, and she's still going kind of slow in that position, but she gets to where she wants to go fast. Like you can't leave her anywhere and just expect her to stay there, because she won't, she'll move. It doesn't make me nervous with our stairs though. I've never lived in a house that had stairs, never, not even as a child, definitely not since I've had kids. And we are definitely starting to look into the baby gate. So if anyone has any recommendations for a baby gate specifically made for stairs, and our thing is like, especially with the bottom of the stairs, we don't want to ruin like our brand new paint job that we got on our stairs. I don't know if that's gonna really be possible. I've looked up a few like tricks on Pinterest, but we haven't really found a way that we're like for sure like this is what we're gonna do. So I am always open to recommendations if you want to let me know what you use. She's been sitting up since she was 5 months old, since before she was really 5 months old, honestly. She's been sitting up really well, and now she'll go from the sitting position to the crawling position, and she'll go from there. So she'll just be sitting up normal, and she'll lean forward and start crawling her way off into whatever she wants to do. And now she's been doing the thing that like today and yesterday where she goes from the crawling position back up to sitting. So I don't know, that seems like crazy to me. I can't believe she's like mobile and actually like where did my baby go? She loves baths. I found a onesie on Etsy the other day, and I seriously want to get it. It says born in the water, practically a mermaid, because she literally is like the definition of a mermaid. Actually, no, that didn't make any sense. She doesn't have a tail, but she just loves the water. And most of my kids really have. I think a lot of kids do, but she will literally sit there and entertain herself, and she just splashes and splashes and splashes and splashes, and she's so happy, splashing, 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 splashing. She'll get it all over her face. She'll be soaking wet. She'll get it in her eyes. She'll get it in her nose and her mouth, and she just does not care. She's just so happy, and she will literally sit there for like an hour sometimes playing in the bath, so happy, and then she doesn't even want to get out. I'm just like, okay, you need to get out now. She naps usually about 3 to 4 times a day. For the most part, she takes really short naps, and watch, this time is gonna be like the one time where she naps like the whole video. For the most part, she does like little 15-minute cat naps, 15 to 20-minute cat naps, and then she's up and ready to go again. Rarely does she sleep longer than an hour. Like that almost never happens. They're not really on any kind of like schedule per se. It's just kind of like whenever she gets tired, she falls asleep. And she has been getting a lot better in the car. Since day one, you know, she's hated the car. She's hated it. She'd scream bloody murder. The only time you'd hear her cry is if she was in the car. Recently, I think it's since she's more like aware of her surroundings, like I can give her a toy and she's happy. But for the most part, she has kind of grown out of like the hating the car thing. And as long as I give her something to do, or like give her a toy or something, usually she'll just play until she falls asleep in the car, and that's kind of like been her thing. She loves to blow bubbles with her mouth and is so cute. She always does these things with her lips and it's just so adorable. She doesn't talk a whole lot. She's not very verbal. I remember specifically Kaden was very, very loud and just talk at her age, and she just doesn't really talk a whole lot. She just is very content, quiet for the most part. She'll go through phases where she'll just like scream, not like mad scream, but just like ah, like talking scream like babies do. But for the most part, she's very quiet. She doesn't say a whole lot. The noises she does make is usually like laughing, or she'll coo a little bit. When she's happy, she'll go like hi, and it's where she sounds like she says hi. 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 But that's really all like the talking that she does, minus her saying like hi, because I swear she says hi. She doesn't really say anything else or make any other like consonant sounds. I can't remember if I said this or not, but it's on my list. If I didn't say it, she's in size 4 diapers. She's huge. Like her thighs are so chunky, and I've never had a kid who went up to size 5 diapers. I don't know how common that is. All of my kids were out of diapers by the time they hit the size 4. They were just like in size 4 for a long time, and then they were out of diapers. So I don't know, maybe she's gonna get to the point, maybe she'll get that chunky, I don't know, but she's in size 4 diapers. So she's just huge. Like honestly, she's huge. At this age, she's definitely my biggest baby. I went back and watched some of my 6-month updates with my other kids, and they were all like 16 pounds, 17 pounds, and she's over here at freaking 20 pounds. Like she's huge. I don't know how long she is in comparison to my other kids. I don't think she's like crazy tall or anything. She's just very thick. Her eyes are definitely gonna be blue. A lot of my kids at this age started to grow out of the blue eyes. I think Landon was my one who had blue eyes the longest, and her eyes are just very light blue. And I kind of assumed that she would have blue eyes because Chris has blue eyes and I have blue eyes, but she definitely has the blue-eyed gene. So I definitely think her eyes are gonna stay blue. Her hair, however, oh my gosh, I've talked about her hair so many times, but we really just have no idea what her hair is gonna be. Some days it's blonde, some days it's red. As it's starting to get longer, I'm starting to see more of a strawberry color to it. So I know Chris is crossing his fingers for a red-haired baby. Me, I was kind of like, I hated being a redhead growing up, so I have like mixed feelings about it. But I do think it would be cool to have at least one child that shared the same hair as I do. I honestly think she's gonna have like a strawberry blonde hair, like maybe lighter than my hair, but definitely not like towhead blonde, but have more like a strawberry look to it. So I don't know, she's just very bald, honestly. Like it's way too hard to tell at this point. Her eyelashes are a dirty blonde, and her eyebrows, those are definitely like a blondish red. Our eyebrows can be a very different color from the rest of the hair on your body, and for me, like this is not me, this is all makeup. My eyebrows look, you can't even see them, they just look transparent, they're that blonde. Same with my eyelashes, so who knows what she's gonna look like. I can't wait until her hair starts growing and we could start seeing like more of her like physical traits, because she was just born so bald. Other than that, I can't think of anything else to update on with her. I'm sure I'm missing something, but I usually just make a list, and if it's not on that list, it doesn't make the video because I'm just an airhead. As for me postpartum, I'm almost down to my pre-pregnancy weight. I really just need to like buckle down and just like get the rest of the weight off. However, I'm not anywhere near my goal. I think I've mentioned this a few times, but I would like to be back to my pre-pregnancy, before any pregnancy weight, and that was 135. Right now, I'm pretty much consistently like 153, 154, and my pre-pregnancy weight before her was 150. That kind of shows where I am. I would definitely like to shed a few pounds, but regardless, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I don't feel like I need to lose any weight right now, and I'm not like upset with how I look or anything. I feel happy and I feel healthy, and I guess that's really all that matters. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my 6-month postpartum belly after 5 kids. Gotta love the sleeping baby in the background. So here's with the shirt on. It's obviously a very loose shirt. Can't tell much. And then with the shirt up. One thing that I've noticed since the twin pregnancy is that I feel like my hernia, you can see it still there, but it's definitely smaller than it was right after I had the twins. Yeah, this is what we're working with. Obviously we have all this loose skin here. Never gonna go away unless I get surgery on that. But this is what we're looking with. After 5 kids, I mean, I don't have too much to complain about. So that is it for our 6-month update. Oh, now she's gonna wake up. maybe not. That is it for Addie's 6-month update. If you guys have any questions, I will be in the comments below trying to answer all those questions for you, or I'll answer in an upcoming video. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for our Friday video. Bye!